can't wait to talk about this. This is actually very exciting for me. And I want to also shout out Forbes for the article, okay? But scalpers lose 30% on PS5 prices. Yes, they lose 30%. Thank you, God. The scalpers are finally suffering something. It seems like they won every damn thing we do. Well, finally, the scalpers lose 30%. Now, when I say lose 30%, I want you guys to just know this. They're still winning, okay? They're just losing some. Because by the 30%, what I'm saying is typically a PlayStation 5 was going for around $1,000, okay? And now it is going for around $700, which is a 30% drop in revenue that they're making. And guess what? That's not a huge difference from the retail price. Okay, does that mean it's going to rank up during Christmas time? Not sure. Will a bunch of systems be pushed out during Christmas time? Not sure of that. But I can tell you these scalpers have now started losing some of that revenue they planned. Now, you can still say they're making profit. So why stop? True, I agree with you. But that means that either systems are becoming available to more people, or people are finally taking a damn stand and saying, hell no, we're not paying for your scalping bullshit. Because that's what it is. It's bullshit. It's no reason I had to fight like hell refreshing my page for a PlayStation 5 every time stock goes out. There's no reason when the Xbox Series X is released, I should have 5 computers going, all trying to pre-order. I'm sorry, but scalpers and bots have taken over. Bots have taken over to the point where if you got a little bit of money, you might just spend $80 on a bot and get what you need. And not only are you getting the one product, you probably can use that bot for other products. I've seen people buy multiple ones and then make their money back on the original one they purchased. Dirty game. Now, I'm going to get to the specifics, okay? I want to get to the specifics on this. So, despite PlayStation 5 stock levels not keeping up with the demand and the console remaining difficult to buy, resale prices are quickly falling. PlayStation 5 prices on the secondary market, StockX, have tumbled by almost 30% since their peak, according to new data. The company explained that after hitting $1,000 on Cyber Weekend for 2020 for the disc version, the console has since dropped to $715 this month. This is also 10% less than the price in June. So it's showing a decrease month after month. The digital edition also peaked at $1,000 on Cyber Weekend, and now it's just selling under $700, which is 6% cheaper than it was 3 months ago. Now, they definitely both remain more expensive. Okay, I think the disc version is $500. The digital version is $400. So you look at $500 to $700, okay, and then $400 to like $600 and something. It's pretty steep. You're paying an extra $200 and something bucks by just not, I would say it's more beneficial to buy a bot, to be honest, or stay up all night and get, all your kids, all with the computers, to all try to get it as soon as the stock drops. Literally. This is a slow win. I want you guys to know it's going to be a slow battle. We're not going to win this overnight. Okay, we're definitely not going to win this overnight. Okay, good luck finding out. I agree with that. They're not going to find them, Joe. Buck them to the bank. My man, Joe. I'm going to give you a bomb, Joe. I'm with you on that. To the bank, man. To the bank. Okay, it's over. So, we're not going to spend a lot of time on these scalpers. I just wanted to say that me, myself, I cannot stand this whole scalper movement. Since we have had this, it's been a lot of things that have been problems. One, it's a supply and demand. And a lot of people blame, hey, chip manufacturers are taking a long time to make the chips for these systems. These systems are, taking a long time to be pushed out to these stores. I want to let you know, since the pandemic happened, there has been a lot of things backed up. I mean, if you are a truck driver, you know what I'm talking about. There is always something that needs to be delivered. And right now, you're probably seeing more trucks on the highway than ever. They are delivering at rampant paces. You still have companies like Amazon who are not slowing down, while all the companies who have slowed down are now picking back up because everything's starting to open back up. All right. So it's like hell trying to get, you can only carry so much in a truck. They don't have, like everything doesn't get delivered by boat everywhere. Okay, so you can't have cruise ships filled with stuff. You can't. Okay, you're only limited to the size of the truck. So they're delivering as fast as they can, and as fast as it's getting delivered. Just think about Best Buy. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Best Buy truck pulls up. Here's your PlayStation 5s, here's your graphics cards, here's your Series X's. All right, we'll talk to you later. As soon as that truck pulled up, there was already people lined up for those graphics cards. So how do you win? And it's so bad that Best Buy knew that they were going to sell out immediately. So they told people, we're going to get some graphics cards in this day. You need to be there. That's how bad it is right now. So scalpers will not stop anytime soon, guys. I just want to let you know, this is not a scalpers. Woo, the lights just kind of dimmed on me. That was weird. But scalpers will not end anytime soon. They will be around for a while. All you guys can do is keep trying to purchase your systems. A lot of people, now this is the dilemma. I want to ask you guys this, and this is the big debate question. Do you feel okay paying a premium for your system for not doing any work to get it? Or do you feel like the amount of money extra you're paying is not worth it, included with you're feeding the beast, which means you're continuing the cycle of scalpers? I want to know, because I've seen both ways. I've seen people say, hey, I did not mind paying that premium, Nick. I didn't mind paying it because I didn't have to stay up to 3 a.m. I didn't have to keep trying to refresh my browser. I didn't have to go through the frustration of getting the system. And then you have a whole nother side that says, hey, the scalpers are only here because you're letting them do it to you. You continue to buy the product. But we see with those prices going down that something's changing. So these scalpers are changing. So totally not worth it. If we don't support them, they can't make money. Shotgun shots for Joe. Talk to him nice, Joe. That's the way you talk to him. I see TikTok. I see you there. Okay, I see you comment. I got you, TikTok. I'm gonna be there. Okay. But this was on NeoGAF. It was a big thing talked about. Just to go through some of the comments, because I love to put people out there and get so if you on there, I might just shout you out. We'll probably pick up soon as Christmas is coming, but for now, this year, the major price drops show demand is dropping and gamers would rather wait it out. As more time passes, gamers realize the next-gen systems aren't as pimped out as they thought they would be. So just wait. Now, if supply is still bad going into Christmas and prices have barely budged, it shows gamers really don't care. Good means the leeches are making less and less money. 30% since the peak, but both remain significantly more expensive than the retail price at $4.99, $3.99. So they will keep doing it. I agree with that one. They will keep doing it. Which is why scalpers can continue to fuck off in perpetuity. Okay. All right. How do you pronounce that? Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, and the money back guarantee stuff for online purchases means they can buy it and then just return it if they cannot get what they wanted for it. No risk whatsoever. That's one. Now, here we go. I bought mine off a scalper. Don't have regrets, to be honest. The way I saw it, I paid the bloke $80 bucks. I'm not sure if that's euros or whatever. Let me know, guys. To stay up until 3 a.m. pressing F5 while I slept like a baby. I can see why they do it, but this issue is on the retailer. There are so many ways they could prevent this, but they don't, because a sale is a sale and they couldn't give a F. Also, not to make this a console war issue, but I think the demand for the PS5 will now be slightly lower, since Sony seems to be charging for slight upgrades on games while Microsoft are becoming more and more user-friendly. That surely will lower demand slightly. And Kyle, thank you for that. 80 British pounds. My man, I picked that. It will pick up in the holiday. They aren't going to meet demand in a while. 2022 is going to be packed. With the chip shortage issues slowly but surely improving, I'm hoping stock will get some kind of normalcy after Christmas. Don't expect a normal stock this year. Bound to happen when people get burned out on trying to even acquire one and give up. Sony really should just be selling those to PlayStation account holders whose accounts are a certain age and do not already have one, easily database and tracked info. But hey, now this is one thing I want to say to that. That is a great point. A lot of people state that. Why don't they just sell systems to people who are current subscribers and have been subscribers for a long period of time? I'm going to tell you why I don't think that's a good idea. Now, you can say first come, first serve, to all our PlayStation subscribers, our PlayStation Plus subscribers, and Xbox can do the same thing. Hey, you've been on Game Pass Ultimate since we started it. You know what? We're going to make sure you have the first opportunity to purchase those systems. You know what's going to happen? The same thing that happens every other year, Pinky. Try to take over the world. No. So what's going to happen is people who have those accounts, who don't plan on buying a system, they'll simply sell their system. So it doesn't stop it. If anything, it encourages those people to now sell a system. I have a system or a pre-order that I can get that I don't even need, and it's solidified to me. And I had no plans on buying the next generation system. So now I can simply say, hey, I got a pre-order here. Do me a favor. Give me, $400. I'll give you the pre-order. And you go, wow, that's outrageous. But guess what? You're guaranteed the system. So I think it's only going to encourage the behavior doing that. I do not think giving it to the PlayStation Plus subscribers. And guys, I hear about it can be tracked, the different info. I do not think giving systems to PlayStation Plus subscribers first or Xbox Game Pass subscribers first is going to help at all. Let's say this. I have not been a Sony fanboy, right? I usually hate on Sony. Y'all know me. I hate on Sony. What if I want to get the PlayStation 6 and I'm not a PlayStation subscriber? I haven't been, but I am all in on getting the PlayStation 6 to the point where I have saved money for it. Well, guess what? I am now going to go with another different system because I don't even have a chance to pre-order it. I'm sorry. It just closes off a lot of things. So I do not think when people say that, I just want to say for the record, I do not think that's going to work for anybody that says that. Stop saying it. It ain't going to work. Now, I do agree. The retailers can do something. That is what I will agree with. Some people say, okay, only purchase one per customer. Well, guess what? Bots, we know, can create accounts and move and do a lot of things faster than we can. We know that, hands down. So if you say one per customer, a bot can create 10 accounts and buy 10 of them before you can even finish creating your first. Like literally. So one per customer, I do not think is going to help as well. I do like what Newegg has done. Newegg has done something that I think is incredible. Newegg Shuffle. Now, you can say, hey, with Newegg Shuffle, there's tons of damn hats in there, and you can pull out any hat, and it could be bots getting it as well. And maybe, you look at it as a raffle, and let's say the more chances you put in, the more chances you have of getting one, and there's bots creating tons of accounts as well, and they're all jumping in Newegg Shuffle. Well, this is what Newegg Shuffle does. At a certain time, which is like 11 a.m. or 10 a.m., you only have 1 hour to join the shuffle. So which means all these bots have to be set during that time for the shuffle. And I think what Newegg should do is actually change that time from week to week. And then that way they give an email maybe, a couple hours before. So you're always throwing people off and people have to pay real close attention to be able to get it. But does anybody have any solutions to this? I'm willing to hear all solutions anybody got to this problem. What can be done to get scalpers to not succeed in this battle? Because right now, almost every idea I'm thinking of doesn't work except one. Putting it in the stores. Okay, now I'm going to go to some of these. One per identification number, house address, etc. Yo, K2. That's a nice one. I'm with you on that. Because if you do one per address, a scalper's probably not going to have them shipped to multiple addresses, like 20 addresses. I do agree. That is a good one. That's a good one. But let's say this. What if you have a building address, where you got different apartment numbers, and they say, hey, somebody else just changes the apartment number knowing that they leave them downstairs. So I just order one from all the different apartment numbers. When they ship, I put them all with my name on it. There you go. So Show a copy of ID. Joe, that's what I'm talking about. That won't work though because of Amazon, Best Buy, etc. Okay, so Joe, copy your ID. Let's expand on that. Okay, a copy of your ID. If you have a copy of your ID, I agree. They have something physical. Will that stop purchases? Will they be losing money? If there's somebody who possibly, now this is kind of crazy, but I'm gonna put my business hat on for a second. Okay, I don't mind selling a system to somebody who just broke out of jail and came up and maybe I hate to say, I don't want to say rob a bank, but let's say they robbed a bank, they didn't hurt nobody. Okay, they took a bunch of money. Yes, it's wrong, but if I'm in the business of selling systems, I don't mind selling systems to that guy. But guess what? He would have to show his ID, and I could turn him down for a sale. But maybe there's a lot of people who don't want to be known that they're purchasing the system. I could be possibly stopping the sales. But I'm with you, Joe. That's a great idea. I can't really say that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate on that, okay? ID would have to match the shipper's name. I like that. Now, in store. I mean, if you put them in store, do scalpers win? Scalpers been going on before online. Let's just get that straight. Scalpers have been going on since, I mean, you guys remember Beanie Babies, the Pokemon cards, still to this day, like scalpers will continue. If you put them in stores, at least you cut out the bots. And I think that's a big deal. I think a lot of these scalpers are just using bots. If you put them in stores, you allow people to get a better chance of getting them. Scalpers will still be there. You can still pay people to stand in line and other things like that. But what you can't do is you can't put a bot in place. You can't put anything digital. It can't be a fake body there. So you offer the opportunity for more people to get their hands on them. So maybe you just do, hey, for this month, we're not, online sales is everything. I can't even say, if I'm in a business, I'm not stopping online sales. I'm going to be honest. Here we have something called PESEL. I'm not sure if it's PESEL. It's a personal ID number you get assigned at birth. Okay, like social security numbers here in the States, okay? All right, so it's usual. We have free Ethernet SIM card service, which works like that. Max of 2 per parent. Consoles aren't embarrassed content like Facebook or YouTube age verification. Yo, okay, let me drop a bomb for you, kid. That's nice to know. I need to know that, okay? Because there's got to be, with all these different ways that we become creative to stop things from happening. To me, I want to agree with one of the comments one of the people said. It's about the sales when it comes to the end for the business. They want to sell out as fast as possible. They're not really caring if it's a bot or not, because a sale is a sale. It is profit. Let's just put it in your hands. I'm going to put it in all your hands, okay? Imagine you guys have a business. You're selling case mods. You got a case that goes on top of over your Switch. Some people change out their different cases for Nintendo Switch, right? So you release a new case mod. Bam, you release it. You have, let's say, 100,000 of them made. Now scalpers are going to come grab it. If you don't have scalpers grab it, you may not sell out the 100,000 right away. Are you going to take your money up front? I think you are. Never Know Gaming, what's up? Let me get you. Twitch. Where you at? I like to see y'all. What's going on? So this is a good subject. We are going to move on because I got to get on the other subjects. But I will say, guys, that is some amazing suggestions. And I also read this K2. Also, if it was one per household address and one per social security number, it would be a lot harder for scalpers to do. Some kids would get one on grandma's ID, but not 20. I agree. Okay, I totally agree on that. Why should people be allowed to purchase if they can't even show their ID or a social security number? You should be able to show that. And if you can show that, you're guaranteed yourself a purchase. This is the one thing we don't take into account. And again, I always got to play the devil's advocate. I love doing that shit, okay? The workload it would take. A lot of purchases can be handled automated, which means there's systems in place for that. For IDs, which means you probably would need some physical people in those seats to verify, because slight changes probably could be made to IDs to fool an automated system, but you can't fool the human eye. Well, you can, but not that easy as you could with an automated system if you understand how it works. So It would take paying people to look at those IDs, to going over those orders. Those orders would take longer to be fulfilled, which means pre-orders would take longer. Okay, so that's just a thought there. Okay, why give out your whole identity, lease identity? Yo, Nep, I got to give it to him. He killed that. I'm with him. I think he killed the whole idea. It would lead to identity theft. Now, we could all say, hey, you know, you're giving it to Xbox. You're trusting Xbox with your ID. But every time you give your ID, you do risk identity theft. There have been people on the inside, which means inside of businesses, that will take advantage of an exploit. And I forgot whose theory it is, but the theory is if it can fail, it will fail. Okay, and I do believe in that. So if anything can fail, it eventually will fail. So doing this, imagine an identity theft. Now, I think I'm one of those with the tinfoil hat. I think all our shit's been stolen. You know, Russia and China and all of us have been, you know, hacking each other, stealing each other's shit for years. But, you know, they're holding it for whatever. We're holding it for whatever. I don't think it's, you know, anything outside of that. Imagine some miners in Ukraine got raided by the police and we're finding out 1,000 PS4s to mine. Oh, God, man. Live services have been hacked before. He's right. Like, these services could be hacked. A lot of information could be taken, and that is very crucial. I didn't think of that. So, you know, that's damn. Y'all right. It's almost like a no-win. I think the best one out of all of these we have said is either retail walking up in that store and standing in line waiting for it, or like a new egg shuffle. That is just me. Okay, that's what I think. Simple way, pre-order in person only to have the seller shipping it out, not a store pickup. It will be prepaid by CC only. Okay, Joe, it might be a little work. Okay, and you know, the digital sales, a lot of people, but retail, you know, retail like the Amazon New York, yo, y'all talking. And I agree, retail can do a bunch of different things. It's going to really boil down to the company. Now, if I'm a business, you know what I do? If I'm releasing my system at this time where scalpers are just raping everything, you know what I'm going to do when I put it on my system? We are a system for the people, not the scalpers. And scalpers are going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to buy your shit. And you know what I'm going to say? Our first set of pre-orders, our first set are going to be retail only, which means you have to come here the day the store opens. We have a certain amount of pre-orders that we will do in store. Once those pre-orders are met, we cut it off. So which means when you guys are standing in line, I'm going outside, I'm passing you guys the tickets one by one. And once I get to the 100th ticket, I'm sorry, I don't have any more tickets. These people just stand in line. We'll get all your information. I can get your ID and everything. That way we make sure that, you know what, at that point, I don't need your ID. I see 100 people. And I at least know that I got 100 systems out to people. That is a beautiful thing. Then my next set of pre-orders, I do online. So then the bots can come in and they can take it all up. You know, you got to do that. Like, I don't understand why these companies don't like just jumping in front of and taking. They got so many perfect opportunities with everybody doing so much shitty business. Like, you could just jump in and say, we do great business, and do one thing, and everybody's going to suck it up like chicken. You know what I mean? So from the corporation perspective, it's a sale. But if they sell the console at loss to gain money from services and games, then console without service is a loss for both company and gamers. I agree. And if they hack the console to mine crypto, oh my God. You know what? I could totally see that. I could totally see that too. So